What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are doing the 61st installment of Retro Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing my Gemini Jets 2 1:400 scale United Airlines Boeing 737-300 in the Blue Tulip livery. 2 weeks in a row that we have a United Airlines aircraft. I did not intend to do consecutive weeks with the same airline, but that's just how it is. I took a couple weeks off recording upcoming retro review episodes so that I could get back into the grind with college and all that, since as I'm recording this I'm already a few weeks into the semester, and when this comes out I'll be even further into the semester. This is a nice model that I got for Retro FSD back in 2022. I know the series has been on another hiatus again, but that's just because I don't really have any new models to work with. For the project specifically, I know I've gotten a couple North Central planes in recently, but the DC-9s didn't really appear as much later into North Central days before they had the whole merger with Southern Airways that formed Republic Airlines. But this Blue Tulip 733 was a nice acquisition for the more modern classic era, so like the 2000s or so. This operated here starting around 2007 when they returned to Sioux Falls. They did have United Express while the mainline service was not here from places like Denver and Chicago. So go ahead and move the model out of the way. I tried to grab it like, you know, as I'm sure if you know, you know, basically. But anyways, we do have the standard Gemini Jets box for the time with a nice silver-esque look. Got limited edition, a die-cast model 1:400 scale, an image of the plane. Sometimes they did an image of the model on like older boxes, but here it's just a image of the aircraft. It's right on, plopped on a nice sky background with some nice cumulus clouds in there. United titles, which are appropriate for the time: Boeing 737-300, made for collectors by collectors, a Boeing license disclaimer, and the Gemini Jets 2 logo. And for those that are not familiar with the Gemini Jets 2 branding, this was basically their way of signaling that these are newer Gemini Jets products, since at the time they were updating a lot of their existing molds and they were introducing some new molds as well. So it was a really big time for the company as they started to grow significantly and expand the products that they could do. But on the inside, we have the standard Gemini Jets box still for the time with the As Real as It Gets detail, made for collectors by collectors. I love the old box. I kind of wish they would bring this back once or twice just for nostalgia's sake. And then on the underneath of the flap is just the standard about your collectibles, some information about the aircraft, which we will talk about specifically. But there's some specifications and other information. And we also have the website down there, GeminiJets.com, still active. They do need to update it, though, because they haven't updated it since like 2005. But hey, don't fix what ain't broke. On the back, we have the more information, some of it just reiterated here on the back of the box. As real as it gets details, new airliners and aircraft being added monthly. Please contact your dealer for latest releases or visit our website. Released in 2004, this was released in July of that year, so I've still been a baby at that time. Shows you how long this hobby's been around and how long I've been around too. I probably shouldn't say that about myself, I'm not that old yet. But at any rate, let's go ahead and take a look at this very lovely United 737-300 in the Blue Tulip or Rising Blue livery, which I believe, yes, this is my only Blue Tulip model that I have, which is a bit surprising because I remember watching plane spotting videos in 2012 where it used to be like that. Excuse me there. I remember watching a bunch of the plane spotting videos back in 2012, which still had a lot of Blue Tulip aircraft flying around at the time, since the Continental merger had just been completed at that point in time. And even there were some Battleship Gray aircraft that were still hanging around at that point, but the last couple, which I think, yeah, the last one was a 777, that got repainted at around that time as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at this very lovely 737-300. Starting off at the front, we've got the nose cone with the various shades of blue, from a light blue to a dark blue. There's the cockpit windows right there, little Star Alliance logo, and then a fleet code, which I can't read what that number is. It's very small text. Shows you how good Gemini has gotten at printing small details like that, even for a 2004 model. L1 door right there, and then we move into the United Tulip with the United titles above the passenger windows. And then move into the CFM56 engines right here, which were the norm for all 737s. One little overwing exit right there. And then move into the back. We have the American flag and the registration of November 366 Uniform Alpha. And then there's the rear boarding door and the very lovely United Blue Tulip tail, which they just make the tulip really big to take up the entire tail space. Still wish that they kept that logo, but they got rid of it when they merged with Continental, which, you know, at some point you gotta rebrand to prepare for the future, but the tulip was very cute. I still wish they would bring it back for old time's sake. But on the other side, not too much to report on over here, but you do have one luggage door on this side, and a second one there behind the wings. And on the wings, you may have noticed as well, there's like this little blue section, like a little blue spot on the, like, closer to the tip of the wing there. So you can see it right there. I'm not sure what it's for, if it's similar to like what TWA had with the black stripe on the wings for de-icing purposes, or anti-icing purposes rather. So not sure if that's a similar purpose here or if it serves something different. So if anyone knows, please let me know. I'd love to hear what that was all about. But there's the tulip tail on the right side as well. And then moving underneath, we have a nice little silver paint section right there to represent like a, I guess, polish-esque that they had underneath. Gemini Jets logo, stand hole. Again, that Gemini Jets logo, it's so big compared to the models of today. And then on the top there, we do have a couple printed details, beacon light, and the overwing exit markings included. So, nice model from Gemini Jets, very rare. I got this off of an eBay listing. I think it was like, I don't remember how much I paid for this one, but it was a really good deal either way, because these aren't very common on eBay. So I was really happy to find one of these and get it for the retro FSD project. But yeah, as I said, this is my only Blue Tulip aircraft, and I'd love to add more, so looking out for some like a 747, 757, 777, you know, just any other aircraft that I can find with this livery, because this is actually a really cool livery. I'm starting to like it more now that I have seen it a few times on this model. So now let's take a look at the real-life aircraft's history, which you kind of saw on the inside of the flap and also on the back of the box. First flight was on August 2nd of 1989, and it was delivered to United the very next month. Now, I couldn't find photos of it wearing the Saul Bass livery, but I imagine that it obviously would have had to have worn it, so I guess nobody just took pictures of 366 when it was flying at that time. I saw that she did wear a United Shuttle. She wore a United Shuttle livery. It was the white top livery at the time. And then she, of course, then wore the Blue Tulip not long after that. But I couldn't find any where it was wearing the full battleship grade livery, so I'm not sure if the United Shuttle was worn at that time, or if there was a separate time where she did have the battleship livery as well. And she stayed with United for her entire career, did not go to any other airline. She was stored in 2008 and then scrapped in 2010. And that'll do it for this episode of Retro Reviews. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.